Yesterday, Governor Spencer Cox signed a bill into law, HB 257, which places limits on pre-filing diversion programs. This bill was sponsored by 2 Republican-elected Utah County representatives. So, what is your position on this pre-filing diversion, the limitations on the pre-filing diversion programs? The order is going to...
What kind of limitations does the bill provide?
I will let our gentlemen here just explain and put forward their positions. Our order is going to be David, Adam, Jeff.
HB 257 is emblematic of what's going on here. I am trying to restore the system the founders created, and the bureaucrats are trying to stop me. The bureaucrats want to have a cattle car experience of the criminal justice system where everyone, they want to charge, they want to convict, but they don't want to prove it, right? Do you think we ought to prove the allegations we make? Because the system that these guys want to do, you simply can't do it. That's why we never prove guilt. HB 257 was an effort on the part of prosecutors, former prosecutors from my office, who actually believe that the government should punish without proving. Now, I can live with HB 257 because I worked with the legislatures to pare it down so there was nothing to harm my program. So I'm fine with HB 257.
No one said no trials. No one said no proof. I'm not an advocate for that. I'm an advocate for doing it within the system. Pre-filing diversion is wrong. Post-filing diversion, we can have a conversation about that, because then we ensure that people's rights are being respected, with a defense attorney advocating for them and a judge checking us. I believe there is a role in our system for helping people. I believe there is a role for helping victims and offenders, but you cannot help them if you do not charge them. Now, regarding limitations, I think limitations are good. Limitations are great on prosecutors. You'll talk to your legislatures about why they put those limitations in place, but I suspect the answer will be is because they don't agree with what's been happening in the Utah County Attorney's Office.
I wholeheartedly support House Bill 257. The legislature has decided what the level of crime is, all right, whether it's a felony or a misdemeanor or whatever. And what Mr. Levitt has been doing is been taking felonies and reducing them to Class B misdemeanors so that they're now in justice court. So now they're facing less punishment than they otherwise would have if he would have filed as a felony as he should have. We need to charge what the evidence supports, period. And this notion that we don't have to prove it, of course we have to prove it. We have to prove every case. Everybody deserves a trial, if they want one. We have to prove it. Nobody's being denied. The only thing that's happening at this stage with this reduction of charges is the county attorney deciding that I don't agree with what the legislature decided on the penalty.
30-second rebuttal.
So you shoplift 3 times, that becomes a felony. Now, every time you shoplift, you can get 6 months in jail, which I wholeheartedly agree. Let's put him in jail for 6 months. We get that on a Class B misdemeanor. The problem is judges won't put you in jail for 6 months on anything for shoplifting. And so these guys say, let's make them felons every time they steal a bag of potato chips. Well, you know what? That's just bad policy. Because you make someone a felon, they're never going to get a job, they're never going to be able to have a place to live in the future, and it affects their entire life. What I'm proposing is let's just punish people for what they do. Let's give them 6 months in jail, but do it as a misdemeanor, not as a felony for something as stupid as a bag of chips.
He gets half again as much time.
He called him.
Everybody gets rebuttals or no one?
15 seconds each, how about that?
Nobody, that's a flat lie. A bag of chips for a felony, that's not the law. That's a flat
End of the debate.
Not just a bag of potato chips. It's tools from your garage. It's equipment from Home Depot. It is everything and anything going on in our community as a theft that is not being enhanced, including car theft. It is foolish to say, just put them in jail for 6 months, that will solve the problem. That is not smart. We need to be smart.